pet. The giant one I still haven't done it for, but the other pets I have gotten max. Like the elemental one is maxed, the Stormheim one is maxed. And the stream just died. Up in his back. Wait, did it just make it into a separate stream though? What? It came... Okay. Well, hello everyone! Welcome back! The stream just died and made itself into another stream without me even touching it. Good job. But, well, here's part 2, I guess, of our stream. This is the last stream that we're doing for the week. Or for about 2 weeks, until about the 27th or 28th or so. But yeah, hello everyone. Welcome back from our couple seconds. It wouldn't even go down that long. It went down for like 10 seconds and already split it into a different stream. I hate when it does that. I think that's like the shortest time it ever went down and actually split into a separate stream. It's always so annoying when it starts becoming multi-videos, though. I will be sorting out that connection thing next month. That's like my goal of, like, before the end this year. Is get everything situated with that. We're probably also getting a new computer. I'd also get some new hardware to go with it as well. Definitely made enough from this channel that I can start putting it back into the channel more. We have in the past quite a bit, but have been saving some of it lately. Which is good because I don't have health insurance. So it's always good to have some money on the side. But yeah, we're probably finally going to go and do all those bigger expenses soon. Finally get a new laptop and a few other pieces of nice equipment. That would help out with the stream. As well as video content in general. I also still don't have a proper video editing program. I personally like doing one-take videos. I like the format of it quite a bit more, personally. Let's see. I'm also getting a tool soon that will probably help with that too. I saw it on Amazon the other week and I was like, wow, that's actually perfect for doing so many things. I actually set up like a small one of it myself using hotkeys. However, it's so much easier just to have a whole board of it. It's basically like a thing where you have a bunch of buttons that you can set to various commands. And I've done it with hotkeys before, but I've never done it with like an actual proper thing that you're supposed to use for it, which would make it a lot more convenient. Slightly more expensive doing it that way, but it's way more convenient than doing it otherwise. So our stream numbers just tanked by like half because of the stream going down. Fail. We're at like a little over 100, now we're at like 41. I think the rest of them will notice over the next 10 minutes or so. I know some people go AFK while they're like watching it. But they'll realize soon. Oh, I'll take that for now. Grab a Yagwe. Get a Hound in there. Get another Yagwe. Yeah, Bounty Hunter is going really smooth with all these things that crate red. His entire team crates red, so it's so easy for Yagwe. Destroy everything. Not to mention, he even helps us crate red. He hasn't really been helping us much. But the Nightmare has red creation on it. Also, a Nightmare, one of the only few troops I haven't bothered maxing because I didn't bother getting it maxed before. Now I need to go open a bunch of gold keys if I ever want to get it maxed. But at least we'll get a bunch of gems and stuff along the way as well. Valraven! Blocked by yellow, which is even better. I should have taken those purples. Whoops. Mistakes were made. I can still take some of the purples. Oh, I could have Yagwe that, though. Oh, that would have been better to Yagwe. Oh, well. As long as he doesn't ruin this alignment. Doesn't. I should have taken that yellow just to make sure Valraven wouldn't escape. He wouldn't have because he's blocked, but still. Don't want to be giving it a chance, too. Play not on these battles. Oh, that is not what I wanted, though it still worked, kind of. But that would have been way better to use Yagwe, obviously, which is what I meant to click. Alignment? No. Alignment? Yes. And he's dead. Actually, it wouldn't even matter because he already died from that. There we go. Okay, to grab what to grab. Think of some brown for now. Get the thing all the way to the left side. Yeah, has the least amount of reds. Grab that, get our free turn. Probably should have hounded first. Fine, as long as we gain red here. And we did. Gonna ruin all of our alignment though. A bunch of boost ratio there. And still no alignment, so we'll just go through hound. That should hopefully give us something. Somewheres. There we go. Get another hound going. That gives us a setup again. And now he's just super dead. That was weird. I couldn't click the A button there. So I got off the screen and went back in. And I think that's enough damage. Yes, it is. There we go. All's good. Let's grab our other rewards. Already got another 3. Please give us a good orb. We're at double orange, 1 green right now. Good, we got a purple. Doesn't fully make up for it, but better than what we were getting, that's for sure. Okay, we'll go through another hound there. If anyone still has any other questions or anything you want me to go over, do let me know. This will be our last stream for quite a while. We'll still have video content up, but as far as actual streams, it'll be the last time I'll be able to chat with all of you for until about the 27th or so. Like two and a half weeks or so. We'll get that for now. Grab a Yagway. If we can. I guess we go for Excavator. Put it all the way over to the side. Get our alignment. Put them down with it. Get the really annoying ones out the way. And rinse and repeat. Oh, he's almost dead. Where's those skulls? 4 skulls right over there. Really nice boost ratio. No alignment though, so we'll go for hounds. Hopefully have it after he moves everything, and we do not. I might just go for it anyways. I was gonna go for it. We just kill him off for red damage, off of taking reds off the board. That's perfectly fine. I'm actually gonna do it weirdly and do it right here just because it does more damage. Enough to kill him, which allows us to skull poke the other one. Okay, let's see. Go and excavator the triple brown there. Get all that rolling. We can go for it on skull, but probably is better going for that for now. Oh, my chat just froze. Whoops. Let's see. I miss so much chat now. Yeah, I haven't gotten a new PC in ages. I'm still not sure what I'm going for if I do end up getting one, though. I know, like, the general specs that I want, but as far as, like, actual brand and everything like that, or what I'm going to be going for specifically, I don't know. But, yeah, we'll see as it gets closer, and if any deals pop up. Because whatever I'm getting, I'm using for, like, the next, at minimum, like, 8 years, if not longer. Current one I'm using now has lasted for over 6 years. It's, like, 6.5 at this point. And it still works. Hasn't really been having much issues in most things. Oh, you ended up doing Adobe's Creative Suite. It's like $55 a month, though. I hate doing reoccurring things like that. I ended up buying some of their programs, like Photoshop and stuff, back in high school. And I just still use that. However, it doesn't have any editing program in anything I got, unfortunately. But yeah, it's just cheaper buying an older version of Photoshop and things like that. Like, even when I get an editing program, I'm like just buying one of the older programs. Though Adobe's program for it's pretty expensive. I think it's like $600 to buy permanently, if not more. That'd even be closer to $1,000, especially if you get After Effects with it. I forget what the other one's called. It's After Effects and something else. After Effects I wouldn't need as much for the kind of content I make. But the other one would be the more important one. I'm probably just going to use a non-Adobe program for it. But I do use Photoshop for thumbnails and stuff. It doesn't require Photoshop for what I do. I'm just so used to the program. And I have it, so I might as well use it. Yeah, I'm not subscribed to their Adobe Suites thing. It's too expensive, personally, I would say. For how little YouTube makes, it's generally not worth it. Have that for it. Let's see, we'll go for that for now. Unless you were also using it for other stuff. But if YouTube is the only thing you're using it for, it's not really that worth it. Unless you have like over 50,000 subscribers or something. Because $55 a month is a lot to put out for something like that. Especially when there's a lot of alternatives that are way cheaper. They don't have any like 1 month things, I don't think. Or if they do, they upcharge it like so much. Who's my internet service provider? Wow. Why'd I forget all of a sudden? Spectrum. Oh, thank you, Joseph. Oh, so I'm still behind in chat. Let's see. Do you know already that Tier 3 can be different than Tier 2, even in the same kingdom? What do you mean? One gives armor, life bonus. Yeah, they give a different additional stats. The difference between the stats can always vary between the tiers. It will not give less than the previous tier, but it can vary as far as what range its stats is. And every single one that the kingdom bonus is different from the is generally different from the actual kingdom bonus. The kingdom bonus is different from the kingdom bonus. So the one that you get from naturally is different from the one that you get through the tier upgrades. I'm aware of that. But they can also be slightly different from each other. So it generally takes with the same stats. Like, it might end up adding more stats from between 2 or 3, but it won't, like, get rid of ones that you previously had. I don't believe it does. I can't recall a single kingdom where that does. And if it is, it might be an oversight on their part. But for example, if a tier 2 was giving HP and armor, a tier 3 will not give, like, attack and magic. It might include those, but it wouldn't take away the previous stats are already given. The next class summons Nightmare. Yeah, I saw that. It's horrifically bad. The one from Blighted Lands. I hope they change it too. That is not the direction I meant to take that in. Whoops. Yeah, a lot of the third traits they've been trying to add to hero classes are horrifically bad. Like, so bad, the fact that they would even conceive it as an option is hilarious. Stormcaller was going to be the same way. They were going to give it a completely useless final trait, but luckily they gave it Perpetual Yellow Storm instead. Made it way better. Yeah, level 1,800 last week. Congratulations. Wow, that was a big milestone. Very high level. What level am I these days? I think we're approaching 1,500, right? Should be pretty close to 1,500. My goal is to reach 1,500 by the end of the year. But at this rate, we might reach it by the end of next month. A whole month earlier than that. Oh, we got that down for now. And 2 more will do it. I'll go for the Hound and just hope we get lucky. Nope, not quite, but he's dead now. Actually, we'd even need it. You had a question above? I think I already answered it. So repost it if I didn't. Let's see. Did I catch up with chat? Almost. A few more things. Why did shift down so quickly? There we go. Is the 4.6 patch Apocalypse troops go to Center Mirage? I don't believe they did that yet. So they might have, but I don't think they did. Let's see. Key Lime taking the same break as me. That'd be funny if he did. Let's see. I know, I'm super behind on chat right now. It wasn't updating, which is why I'm still behind. It wasn't updating for like 10 minutes straight, and I didn't even realize it. I was like, wait, why is no one chatting? So I just refreshed, and it was like, oh, my thing's not refreshing. Let's see. Oh, you're making a list of all the bonuses, but it's a lot of data. Oh, really nice. I don't think anyone has compiled it yet. So you'd be the first if you do. I wasn't going to bother just because it is extremely tedious. A lot of stuff related to the game like that I generally don't. Because some people just look at the files and they can do it way quicker than I would do it manually. Plus you'd have to actually have them upgraded. Because you kind of would have to look at the files otherwise. Because there's currently no way to have it upgraded on every single kingdom. Let's see. You're still missing Zugoff. You got 6 of the 8 power orbs. Is grinding bounties and events the only way to get the rest of the orbs required? Pretty much. Yes, various events is the most viable way of doing it, particularly Bounty Hunter. Because unlike most events where you're competing for a leaderboard, Bounty Hunter, assuming you just do the event itself, is guaranteed 2 orbs. They might not be the orbs you need, but it is guaranteed 2 major orbs, as well as 4 smaller ones. Plus you have 2 vault keys that you get from it, which of course could theoretically be major orbs as well, or just orbs in general, which would help towards the progress of Zugoff. The other best time to try grinding for it, though, is during Vault events. If I'm not mistaken, next Vault event is 2 weekends from now. Not this weekend, but the following weekend. Alright, sorry, 3 weekends from now. Not this weekend, not next weekend, but the following weekend. Obviously, it's not this weekend, since, well, we don't even have one right now. But 3 weekends from now. Or 2 if you count this one as already happening. But I believe that's the next bounty. And those are good for farming Vault keys. And Vault keys are good for orbs. Not sure the exact chance, but it seems like around 1 in 5 these days ends up giving an orb. And those could be major orbs. And it could be blue major orbs, which are the one you most likely need. Because they're the rarest, and the one you likely have the least of. Yeah, Bounty Hunter and farming Vault keys during Gnome events are the 2 best ways to work towards Zugoff. With enough luck, it's theoretically possible to get Zugoff within a few months, just by doing Vault events. You'd have to grind them a lot and get really lucky. It is technically possible to get it done with only a few months. It took me a little over a year to finally get Zugoff, though. There we go, let's go over to red. Always feels weird being able to kill with the 3 life drain. That looks like we're almost done with bounty already. Took like an hour and a half. Not that long at all. At least with the battles we currently have. And I want to keep at least 1 battle because I'll probably be showing it for a video later. Why'd I click them? We have like no options here. Luckily it's still landed. Am I still saving vault keys? Yes. And next patch is not doing anything to change them. However, I believe 5.0 is. 5.0 is until early next year. So we're going to have over 100 by the time we actually go use our vault keys. It's going to be the most vault keys I've ever saved at one given time. Actually, my current stack is already the most amount of vault keys I've ever saved at any given time. I believe we're at 70-something. I believe the high stack I had prior was about 50-something. Yeah, I've never had a higher vault key stack than I do right now. We'll be using it eventually. We're gonna spike our gems up quite a bit once we do. I'll probably finally repair our gem stack. Then whenever we get around to opening our gold keys, we'll also repair our gem stack. I have an absurd amount of gems just sitting in my gold keys. We have approximately 2,000 gems just sitting worth in gold keys. In just gold keys alone. Not even counting anything else, just gold keys. It's also going to be useful because we can get some souls on it for next patch if we're a little bit short. But I don't think I'm going to be running out anytime soon, but it is possible that we run out of souls next patch. Which seems really weird, given that has never been a thing prior. I can't even remember the last time I've ran out of souls. Actually, I don't think I've ever ran out of souls in the history of this game other than like the first several months of the game. But beyond that, I don't think I've ever ran out of souls. It's gonna feel really weird seeing a stack on this account that says 0 souls. Or something that isn't like 7 digits long. We'll grab that. Get another Yagway going. Another Hound for now. Yeah, salty about replacing the 3rd trait on Hierophant with a Hunter's Mark on 4x, 5x matches. And she said that it would be OP. And here I am thinking it's a low-level talent for a few classes. Yeah. Though, just because it's a low-level talent doesn't necessarily mean it's considered low-level, though. Some of the low-level talents are actually really, really good. And that is actually one of them that is one of the better ones. That wouldn't be too particularly OP, though. The Hunter's Mark in general is pretty decent. It's just not used for that many things currently. Same as Silence. Like, Silence is a really good effect, but nothing really does it too viably currently. Other than the most recent Great King. We're going to start using Vault Keys again once they change the format for Vault Keys, or prior to them changing the format for Vault Keys. Whenever they say they're going to change the format for Vault Keys is when we decide to use them or not use them. Because if they're nerfing Vault Keys, we don't use them. I mean, we do use them prior to the patch. But if they're buffing Vault Keys, we use them after the patch. But next patch is not touching Vault Keys. But the patch that ends up doing that is when we do it. And next patch is just not touching them, so we just keep waiting. They might be adding another gnome. But other than that, I don't believe they're touching the drop table yet. Running out of souls? Oh, next patch is going to have a 43 million gold, soul sink and rising. Which is more than our stack. It's not going to be all immediately. But there is a possibility that midway through next year, we're going to actually run out of souls. Maybe even earlier than that. But we are going to just reach a point where we have 0 souls. Where the finally clicking the disenchant all button might actually become a thing. I don't think I'm ever clicking that button, though. They shall not tempt me. It's only for 400 gems. I mean, 400 souls if we do that. Or, sorry, 4 million souls, I mean. Only 4 million. But, yeah, obviously that's quite a bit. But I still think I wouldn't click it for that. I'd rather just grind them out. You'll still be able to grind them for around 50,000 per hour next patch. Going out of our way for souls again, I might not like, though. I don't care for soul farming that much. And because it's really repetitive. Though they might finally, with how many sinks, or how much souls they sink next patch, they might finally end up adding a new way to gain souls soon. Maybe when they rework Treasure Hunt or something, we'll finally get a better way of farming souls. Because if they're adding such a gigantic soul sink, we need a better way to farm souls. Because the best way to farm souls currently is relatively boring. Because it's the same thing over and over again. You'll have a little bit more fun because you'll have the new Explore format to do it in. But, so at least you'll see some variety. But it's not particularly fun to farm souls, the current state of the game. It's one of those slightly lesser fun resources to grind for. Just because it's one of the most repetitive cycles for any of the resource farmings. Unlike gold and a few others. Is there any benefit to give Peasant 3 medals? Yes. Post 20 leveling on kingdoms will require troops to be leveled with bronze, silver, and gold. From 20 to 30 stars, it will be required. To what degree, we don't know. But 20 to 30 stars for kingdoms will require having various troops upgraded through the kingdom. And the lower rarity ones will be easier to do than the higher rarity. Or realistically, Peasant would be one of the absolute last ones you would go for, obviously. But you'd still eventually want to go for it. Because 20 plus kingdom levels will require it to some degree. We don't know exactly how yet, but it obviously will. So for example, level 21 might say, gets bronze level on, or the bronze upgrade. I forget specifically what it's called, but bronze, let's just say bronze level. Get a bronze level on 3 troops within the kingdom or something like that. And obviously the lower rarity ones would be easier than the higher rarity ones to do something like that on. Even though they might be useless troops, it's way easier to get 3 commons and rares to bronze than it would be to get 3 legends and mythics. Because they would require higher rarity medals, whereas the other ones would require really low rarity medals. Yes, it's really obvious that they're going to be raising it to 30. This is something we've known since they did the new star system, that they would eventually raise it to 30. Because if you look at the coloration of the stars, the current coloration that goes up to level 20 goes to epic rarity, because it goes up to purple stars. Which means they still have legendary rarity and mythic rarity. So they're upgrading it to at minimum level 30 into the future. Probably 5.0 patch might even end up doing that. So they might do it a little bit later than that. But we are finally going to see that upgrade soon. Likely sometime next year. There might not be any kingdoms that will reach it anytime soon. It's probably another year before we even see a level 20, or at least a half a year. I think the closest is what, 17, 18 right now? I forget. But it is happening eventually. 30 star kingdoms. At least it being visible within game. And the actual first 30 star kingdom's still like 2 or 3 years away. But they are going to be visible eventually in the near future. Probably next year at some point. Did they announce a plan to sort out pets in relation to kingdom upgrades? I wish they did. Currently, there's nothing on that to fix that. They definitely need to. It is really hard to obtain newer pet copies. For example, that giant pet I was just mentioning earlier. Probably going to take us years to upgrade that thing. Like a year and a half, maybe even longer, to do it for free through normal gameplay. And there's really no way to expedite that process. There's not even a way to like shift it so you have like a slightly higher chance of even trying to make progress towards it. It's just pure luck if you can or can't. That's something they'll likely address in the future, though no current plans seem to be in the making for it. At least none that are publicly known. I'll throw that down for now. Oh, I was about to use that ability. Not that big a deal, though. That's what you get. Kill yield reds. And one more poke will kill. Hopefully we'll get Sky right here. Otherwise, we just Yagway. Or Skull. That works, too. Gems, 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 and gems. Yeah, you technically can buy up pets with gems. However, the exchange rate is excessively expensive, and you should never do it. Even if you have tens of thousands of gems, it's not worth it, just because of how ridiculously overpriced they are. If they were more reasonably priced, it would be worth it. Like, if each pet cost about 30 gems or so, I would throw it down on it, probably. But right now, they cost about 100 gems each. Per pet. And since you need 31 copies, well, technically 30, since you would have gotten one for free from the thing, at minimum. To do 30, it costs anywhere from about 2,500 to 3,000 gems. It depends how lucky you get on baskets. But yeah, it averages to around 2,500 gems per pet to get it from max. To get it from one copy to max. Let's see. Which is obviously extremely overpriced for what they are. Okay, and this will be our last battle, it looks like, because I want to save at least one for later. Hey, we got Valraven. This isn't the last battle of the stream, though. This is a bounty hunter. I'll take that, grab that, take our blues. Grab our thingy for now. I guess we'll go hand out a code, too. Grab this weekend, but that'll be done off stream. Yeah, the way that they implemented pets is pretty bad. There's a lot of ways they could have done it better. We didn't really make much mention of it during the beta, because they kind of mentioned it as it would be getting more updates into the future, but then they never touched it again. The same thing happened with Soulforge. Like, they said that they would add more stuff to it and then barely added anything to it ever. But there's a lot of stuff they could have done with pets that they didn't do with pets. Just makes it seem weird. Let's go do one more battle. Please be a good orb. Blue! Okay, that's a really good orb. Nice. Okay, well, we made back our bounty hunter and profited now. It's always weird when you do the entirety of bounty hunter and actually lose resources. I don't think we actually have yet, but we've come really close to almost losing resources from a bounty event. It's very rarely does ever happen, but it is technically possible if you get super unlucky with orbs, that the overall value of what you get is worth less than the amount you put in to actually complete out the event. It is very, you'd have to get super unlucky to do that, though. For your 2 vault keys and your 6 orbs to actually be less value than what you put in. But it is technically possible with enough bad luck. I think I have yet to actually hit a bounty where I didn't profit. But we came really close like 2 or 3 times. For the loot that we got was almost less than what the amount of gems we put in. Let's see. The alignment. What would I use major blues on? I'm currently saving them for future content in case they ever become viable for something else. Or in case they add more troops that are going to be really hard to level with anything other than orbs. For example, Dooms are a good example of that right now. We're getting them all the way to Mythic is really annoying. And I'm probably going to have to use 6 small blues to get them to Mythic soon for some Kingdom upgrades. However, I'm not sure what I'll be using major blues on. I'm mainly just hoarding them for now for some kind of future update that might end up using them. But for now, I'm just saving them. How many potions did I buy? None. I didn't buy a single potion. I only bought up to tier 5. You only need 710 gems to do bounty. Up to tier 5 completion, the one that Emojis is on. As long as you don't lose any battles and don't lose any Vow Ravens, and you do up to about 12 or so with 4, and then to switch to 3 for the rest of the time with 24 multiplier, you can complete out Bounty Hunter with tier 5. It's even possible to complete it with tier 4, though I would generally go for tier 5, just because it's a bit safer. But yeah, you can complete out Bounty with tier 5. Technically with tier 4, but I would just go for tier 5. You just throw a blue orb onto your pet, or onto the bounty troop, I mean. And with 710 gems and a blue orb, you can complete out bounty. Or you could do 1,110 gems. However, you save 400 gems by using a blue orb, which is definitely a great use of a single blue orb, that is for sure. But anyways, let me go hand out a second code. Let's see. Did I use this one yet? Let me double check this one before I hand out the one that's next in line. Just in case I did skip this one. I don't think I did. We used this last night. Yeah, we did. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, so this is our next code then. And we'll have one more after this. Let's see. Put that over the way over there. Boom, boom. Alright, there you guys go. There is the redeem code. Use it on gemsofwar.com with the game code section. Same place as always. Invite codes found in your settings menu, whatever your game says right over there. Redeem codes right over there in chat. Just copy paste the random numbers and letters. And give the same reward as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. Enjoy, everyone. There you guys go. Okay, next order of business. Let's go get 10 million gold. No, just kidding. Though I probably should make that an objective. Let's go do some of our dailies now. Let's just get this out of the way. Fill these out real quick. Get these Oracle leveled. I finally got to level 70 too, which is nice. I should probably start working up the other hero class to 70 now that we got this one to 70. Because I believe I only have one hero class left that is not 70 plus, and that is the War Priest. But yeah, we're getting so close. We're within about 75 hours of maxing out every hero class in the game. We are super close now. Not all the way there yet, but we're getting there. We only have, I believe, 5 hero classes left. We have Dervish. Let's see. Let's count. We have Dervish, Hierophant, Oracle, Stormcaller. This is the most recent one, if I'm not mistaken. And War Priest. So yeah, we only have 5 left. And all of them are above level 70, except for War Priest. So let's go set this real quick for both of these. Start leveling him to 70. There we go. Okay, so let's go use this. Clear through this real quick. What do we take here? We'll grab a explosion. Yeah, an Orb of Power is extremely expensive. And Orb of Power is worth about 2,500 gems. Though on some platforms, it takes actually more than that to craft it. Like on PC Mobile, I think on average, it costs like 4,000 to 5,000 gems. However, I know on the Switch version for the longest of time, possibly even now, it is closer to about a 3,000 gem cost to get a Power Orb. Yeah, they've only ever sold a Power Orb once. Not sure if they will ever do it again. I'm not sure enough people bought it for them to bother doing it again. Because that's still pretty expensive for a resource. You can get a whole game for that price. And one single power orb doesn't really do that much. And Zugof's not really that good of a troop. For how expensive Zugof is, it's not that good of a troop. It's still the hardest thing in the entire game to obtain, as far as any one singular thing. Getting a Zugof. And it's because it costs 8 power orbs. And the average power orb on PC mobile is like upwards of 4,000 gems to get. Or a lot of other resources combined. Which puts his overall costs somewhere around a lot of grinding over the course of like over a year. Or if you want to get it within like a few months, it would cost around, what's the math on that? Around 32,000 gems. It's more than our entire gem stack to try to get a Zugof from scratch. But you can easily grind it over time. You can technically even get them for free just from grinding it over time. Just from the orbs that you naturally get through events that you were already going to do anyways. And Bounty Hunter is one of the greater progress ones for that. Since you get 2 major orbs and 4 smaller orbs and 2 Vault Keys. Also, if you really want to do it for free, the easiest way to get Zugof 100% for free is grind like crazy during Vault events. If you grind Vault events for 30 plus hours, 3 months in a row, you'd have like half a Zugof, if not a full Zugof. It depends on luck, how far you'd have progressed on it. But you'd be able to get a good majority of it just from grinding that long during Vault events. There are free methods to do it, just a bit grindier. Where would I put Grey King in the tier list? Probably B rank. It's a great utility troop to have. However, it's not like anything meta breaking. It's really good against selective teams, but against the average team, you wouldn't really use it. It's a great hard counter option to have as a utility, but it's not a must-have. Especially since 4 times pure color teams are very rare to see in the kind of instances where you would actually need to use them. Like in a Guild War battle, you're very rarely going to see the enemy have 4 of the same color. Same as in PvP, you're very rarely going to see the enemy have 4 of the same color. He is useful in other instances as well that isn't simply the enemy having 4 of the same color. But that's the main instances where you'd bring him out, is the hard counter 4 of the same color teams. Yes, you can grind Vault Keys during Gnome events for Orbs of Ascension. That is correct. You can't specifically target them, unfortunately. But the more Vault Keys you have, the more chance for orbs you have. And the more chance for orbs you have, the more orbs you'll have in general. I mean, potential for Orbs of Ascension. Which are the main thing you need for progress towards Zugof. Because out of all the orbs, the Orb of Ascension is the rarest. So getting more of that is one step closer. Because generally, by the time you have all the blue orbs, you'll have all the green and orange orbs already. Unless you overspent them upgrading troops. But generally speaking, by the time you have all the blues, you would have all the oranges and greens. Definitely would have all the greens, that's for sure. But the Great King is good. He's just more of a utility than something you would use in every battle. It reminds me of a Famine a lot. Like, he's a really great option to have, but he's not something you would run in every battle. Their role is even somewhat similar, except the Great King hits multiple troops, whereas Famine's just a single target one-shot. We'll take that for now. Is Grey King in the event key next week? Wait, is next week already Golvania? It is. That's funny. Yes. That is really funny. I didn't even realize that. But, yeah, Grey King is already in the event key drop table next week. Though, do keep in mind, he's not the only mythic in the event key drop table next week. Draculus and him will be in the drop table. So your mythic could potentially be a Draculus instead of Grey King. But yes, Grey King is in the drop table. However, it's twice as rare as it was this most recent week, because you could potentially get a Draculus instead of Grey King. I asked them in the past, and they said they weren't going to adjust that. Where before we could end up getting one single mythic from event key drop table, and now they have two. And I asked them in the past if they would ever add a way for us to be able to specifically target one mythic from event keys, and they basically said the equivalent of no. Which seems weird, because for the longest of time, we could use event keys to single out a single mythic. But now that every single kingdom is reaching the 2 mythic category, that's no longer possible. So there's a lot of kingdoms where you go and try going for their mythic, but there's 2 mythics. And in this case, next week will be both Draculus and Grey King. So you might get a useless Draculus when you're trying for Grey King. The Grey King is definitely way better than Draculus, that is for sure. Even though they did buff Draculus' most recent patch, I think they only gave it like 4 damage or something. 4 damage, I forgot how much of an increase. They made an increase to it so it'd be better than Crimson Bat from a natural damage perspective. Because for the longest time it had the exact same damage as Crimson Bat, which obviously made it a lot less enticing. Because in many instances, Bat was just better. Let's see. The Grey King is better than Draculus, but yes, I would agree it's not like extremely better than Draculus. Definitely a decent amount more. That Grey King would definitely be actually usable, though. Whereas Draculus is, in the current state of the game, is basically unusable. At least Grey King has things it's used for, though. When the new update is coming in, you would assume that crafting a second Ferrous Raw is in order. Yes, it is highly advised to have 2 Ferrous Raws for next patch. Next Ferrous Raw probably won't be craftable for another month or 2, though. Can I look at your post? What was your post? What did you post? I don't see any chat that mentioned anything. Compare Kingdom Team Bonus, picture 1 and 2. Let's see, what's this? What, does it have different stats? It is possible that they do gain different stats as they upgrade. I think that might be an oversight on their part, but that does seem a little bit weird. Oh yeah, I ended up getting upgraded and then lost the armor. That's weird. I guess because armor's considered a not useful stat, which is might be why they did that. Like, I probably wouldn't mind that for most upgrades. Like, if you're getting magic instead of armor, that is perfectly fine. If they're going to do that as an adjustment. Because that magic is way more enticing than armor ever would be. That is a little bit weird that it would take away a stat that you already have. But taking away armor is generally not a big deal. Unless it does that for, like, a Dawn or something, which I highly doubt it would. But most of the kingdoms they do that for are probably kingdoms that don't really use the stat to begin with. Well, the main places you use the Grey King for are Dooms, any battle where you're up against 2 sets of 2 different colors or 4 of the same color, or Guild War Defend. Those are about the 3 locations you would really only use the Grey King. And in all 3 of them, he'd be decent. Other than that, you would barely ever bring him out for anything. And even for Tower of Dooms, it's not the best of options just because he doesn't upscale that well. For lower level Tower of Dooms, it would be fine, but by 15 plus, he'd probably reach a point where he's not really that usable anymore. Especially since the Doom itself can't be disabled by the stun or silence. But the other 3 would. It'd still get hit by the damage. All 4 of them would get hit, but only the other 3 would get hit by the disables, assuming they don't have immunities. But anyways, next order of business. Let's go grind PvP some. I don't think I did 1.9k yet. So much so I think we're at like 700 or something. Let me double check. Ridiculously low, I know that. Yep, 1,004, or sorry, even lower than that. I keep looking at the level. Well, 1,032, so we still got a little ways to go. Go grind that out real quick, not with Key. What should I run with? But you know what, I am gonna do Key. We'll do mid-battles with Key, so we can level up the hero class. Hey, the Grey King. Watch us lose to Grey King. I probably could, though this team doesn't have a lot of the same color, but hopefully it doesn't trigger on green. So brown would also be annoying. He has enough of a mana cost that it shouldn't matter. We'd likely win before he even gets a single cast off. A lot of mana at the start. Wow. I'll take that. Get Key down. And there we go. Easy one. Another Grey King. A lot of people using Grey King on defense, surprisingly. But that team composition is very questionable. And dead. And max gold. Farm all that gold. I was kind of joking when I said we'd reach 10 million gold this stream. But we're getting closer. How much are we at right now? We're at, no, we wouldn't be able to grind all that right now. That'd take too long. That'd take like 4 hours to try grinding all that. Well, we're finally repairing it some, if nothing else. Because it is a bit short right now. I generally like keeping a 10 million reserve in case they ever add a patch where we end up needing it. Or so I have it as backup for factions. Because obviously factions require quite a bit. You normally throw anywhere from like 3 to 5 million if you're doing pure faction for a faction. Just to upgrade the horde level. They get a little pricey as far as your gold value. One of the biggest gold sinks in the game right now, probably. Doing, as well as gem sinks if you're later in the game, is doing level 500 factions. Because they cost roughly 2,000 or slightly more gems, anywhere from like 2,000 to 3,000 gems. Plus they cost around 3 to 5 million souls. I mean, gold, I mean. Which isn't that bad. Still adds up. Because you're getting a bunch of other loot while you're doing it too. Unlike pets, where you get basically like nothing in return for throwing 2,000 to 3,000. Because you actually get a mythic pet as well from doing faction, among a few other things, between the renown and everything. It's one of the reasons why it's better to do pure factions now, compared to doing pets for all the level 20 pets that you need for kingdoms. Yeah, there's plenty of decent editing software out there. I've been meaning to look into getting more, or getting, just seeing what the options were for every single one. I probably would get a cheaper paid one, though. Because there are a few features I probably would want that free ones might not have. But I've been meaning to look more into free ones. I'm really bad at video editing, though. Let's see. We'll throw that down for now. Get key to key. Actually, I don't even need double key. One's enough already. Oh yeah, Key Lime, aren't you streaming in like 8 hours from now? At 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time? Actually, that's like 7 hours from now at this point. The 1,000 subscriber stream. Yeah, the first 1,000 is normally the hardest. What do we take from there? Let's grab red. Get a brown right over there. I should be able to make that tonight. I don't see why I wouldn't. Might not be able to stay the whole stream, but I'll definitely make some of it. You're generally afraid of your health as a result of this stream. How much hot sauce are you doing? Okay, let's go get this pet before I forget. One we just literally unlocked. Well, we don't need it for the pet itself, but free food. Could change our class since we're now leveling up War Priest 70. And after we get War Priest to 70, I think I'm going to do Hiranif to 100. Because I believe it has triple damage on burning. And the reason why Hiranif to 100 is semi-relevant, not excessively, but semi-decent, is because it is the only hero class in the entire game that has triple damage on burning, while also simultaneously having cleanse every single time you extra turn. And while there's going to be a lot more better ways of cleansing next patch, being able to not have to set one of those cleanse things is still going to be really useful. So I think that might be the next one I go for. I get the key there. See you, Starlight. Have a good night. Catch you later. I'll catch you in a few weeks, I should say. Yeah, we'll probably hand out another code once we get 1.9k in PvP. And then we finish out pretty much everything we need to for the week. Other than maybe a few more delves. Still trying to try for level 500 Hall of Guardians. Haven't been able to get it yet. Most of them I've been doing off stream. It's been going pretty bad so far. How people did it at level 100, I have no clue. You'd have to get absurdly high luck to be able to get it at that low level. I can't even get it at 200. What am I doing for vacation? Well, I'm going to be having company over the whole time. But we're probably going to be seeing some local events. It is South Carolina, or it is Myrtle Beach, so there's a lot of touristy things to do here. And given that he's out of country, even some things like certain foods are just a lot less common in his area, like barbecue, for example, which is way more common here in the South, even just in general compared to other locations, even of just the United States. Like stuff like that isn't really much in his area. So even things that don't even seem that touristy could end up working out pretty well for it too. They're gonna have a lot of fun, and he's saving a lot of money from not having to do a hotel, so gonna have a lot of money to spend on various stuff. Of course, I'll be putting out money for a decent amount of it too. We're likely gonna split it like half and half, most likely. Not gonna go too crazy, but we'll have fun. Let's see. Yeah, I still find it funny. It started as a joke because he was looking for somewhere to go on vacation. I was just like joking that he should come here. And after a while and some discussion and stuff, it actually became a thing. Let's see. The 25 gem code? No, I probably won't do one of the 25 gem codes. Maybe when we get back. I don't think I'll be doing it initially. I'm not even technically supposed to be handing those out. I don't believe. I still have been, like, very slowly over time. But, I'm technically not even supposed to be handing any of them out, I don't think. I don't think she doesn't mind if I do it, like, ever so sparingly. Because I haven't been, like, spamming them even remotely. I can't even remember the last time I handed one out. I think it's been, like, what, 3 weeks? A month? Actually, I think the last time I handed one out was even on accident. About a month ago. Let's see. We'll do it that way. Go there. Murder Beach. I definitely said Myrtle Beach. Because I didn't pronunciate it correctly. I don't know. I guess we could do one of the better codes. I guess we could. Just don't tell Salty. I'm mainly talking to you, Supplement. Let's see. We'll take green over. Grab a red. Get destroy on everything. Get another destroy on everything. Get a key down. Assuming they even still work. I'm really surprised they haven't been deactivated yet. And there we go. Take this last one, and then we'll finish up PvP. And hand out the code. We'll grab that for now. Yeah, we're gonna need to have a big stream when we get back at some point. Okay, our next stream after this is likely the night of 27th or the night of 28th, which is either a Sunday or a Monday night. But that'll be our next stream after this, quite a while from now. I'm hoping we can do it on the 27th, but I forget specifically what time he's leaving. Which might make it so I can't do it that night. There we go. How many copies did we get? Actually, it doesn't even matter how many copies we get. How much food did we get? Well, I guess getting copies of him technically is blue pet food. I guess either or is nice. There we go. Okay, we got 7 blue pet food and 3 white. Since the pets just count as pet food for the color. Once we have them maxed. Yeah, there we go. Actually, we got pure pet food from that. That was actually really nice. We generally don't want to be getting the colored thing because they don't really help us much. Anyways, let's go back to PvP. However, load. Oh, we got tribute ready as well. Come on, let's see that 10 plus gems. You know you want to. See a 20 tribute. Oh, that is not the screen I wanted. That's also not the screen I wanted. How many tribute did we get? Ooh, not bad. 17. 17 tribute, 16 gems. No, we do not want that. Grab our mail, grab our PvP tiers, then let's go all the way to 1.9k. And finish this out. Oh no, okay, that wasn't too annoying of a team. Actually, yes it is. It's still using Web Spinner up front with the rush team. Its stats are lower though, so hopefully it's not as big of a threat. Even the newer players are learning that team is overpowered. Actually, he's not too low of a level. He's 820. Well, it's still, any level below 1,000 is pretty low level in the current state of the game. 1,000 is like what 500 used to be. And 500 is now like 100. And anything below 100 is like brand new player that just started. I think high level is basically considered 1,300 plus these days, or at least 1,250 plus, if nothing else. And really high level is anything above like 1,500. And really, really high level is anything above like 1,750. Like that's the highest, like 0.001% right there. Let's see. Take that for now. No, Salty hasn't mentioned anything with it yet. Mainly because I haven't really ever been giving them out. I think we've ever only handed out 3 of them. And they've been sparingly over time. There we go. Yeah, we'll still have the better code as we get 1.9k. Now we're almost there. 400 to go. We're just taking the middle battles because we're using Key Team. I'm not taking 3 trophies because Key Team is generally really bad against 3 trophies. Not because they're harder compositions even, but just because it doesn't have enough damage to one-shot. Is the main reason why. Even here, we can't one-shot his first slot. Luckily, we got some skulls there, which does allow us to one-shot now. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been able to with his stats there. I guess Hero, of course, has higher. Yeah, Key Team. Not the quickest team in the entire game, but it's still pretty decent, nonetheless. Pretty high up there, given how much gold it gets on top of everything else. Okay, let's see. We'll take a brown for now. Grab the other brown, get a key going. Hopefully fire bombs. I'm actually gonna wait on fire bomb. because we can instantly win as soon as he does. Go to that, and he's dead. There we go. I keep forgetting how much higher points PvP gives now, too, ever since they updated it. It goes so much quicker, because even 2 trophies now give, like, in the 50s. Whereas before, they used to be, like, only 20 or 30. Okay, we'll take a, red there for now. Get a destroy on everything. Grab our other destroy. And it was key to key. Grab that down for now. Get our other destroy. Full manas. And key for the kill. If anyone else has any other questions, do let me know. Because as we approach 1.9k and handle the code, that will probably wrap it up for now. For the most part. Because we won't really have too much else to really grind for at the moment. At least until next patch. Then we have like 1 billion grinds. Because literal thousands hours worth of grinds are being added next patch. So luckily, you can synergize it with hero class grinding. And even though it seems like they're adding a lot of grind next patch, if you were to do all your hero class grinding while also doing the new grind that's coming out next patch, they would actually both finish about the same time. Because if you count every hero class, once they have 34 hero classes, it takes around 34 times, well, with the harder format, probably around 40 hours each. But you'd be able to get it done while doing the other format at the highest amount. So if you take 40 times 34, how many hours is that? 40 times 34... Okay, so it actually takes less time to max out all the hero classes than it does the new format. Because the new thing that they're adding is going to be like 2,500 grind or so hours. 2,500 hours or so. Whereas all hero classes, even at a slower rate, still at around 1,360 for all 34 once we finally have them all. So yeah, the next grind is actually pretty big. The one that they're adding next patch. It's actually more time to get all the medals you need than it is to level up all of what's it called? All of the heroes in the game. What team should you use for bounty? Oh yeah, we ended up showing that at the beginning of the stream. I don't have it on copy paste right now though because we're showing other teams. 1 second. Let me go in my team slots. The team that you need for bounty is the following. This team right over here. Where'd it go? I'll go copy paste into stream as well. There's 2 teams you can use. Here's the one that you can use for lower level range. For when you're doing the first like 8 to 12 battles or so. The one that uses 4 bounty troops. And this is the one that uses 3 bounty troops. And the one that we used for the rest of the time and grinded out the final level on. Yeah, those are your 2 teams. And it was this Werewolf, Excavator, Yagwe, and Feral Hound. Every single one of these 4 troops creates red. All of which Yagwe uses, of course. Not just for his ability, but also he gains or deals 3 damage of life every single time he takes a red. Which he also gets to accumulate for himself. Yeah, that's what we ended up running all of it for. Key team time. Okay, next order of business. Grab that. Take a red. Grab a green. Take it down there. Throw on everything. Go for it again. Go for Keter. And there we go, he's dead. There we go, 3 more battles, and we'll have it all done. Pick the harder battle for now. Oh no, it has Rope Dart on it. He's using the really annoying version of it. Oh, it has Diviner though, that makes it slightly less annoying. He didn't bother going for the instant convert. Means we can get a quick start and just win before it goes too crazy. Hopefully. At least that's the game plan. Oh no, he got Rope Dart already. That shouldn't be as big a deal against with what we're using right now. It's still annoying though, especially now that he just blocked us on green. Oh, never mind. He still hasn't powered, so that's not going to matter as much. Oh wait, no, he didn't. Never mind. He did block mana. Well, that's fine. We'll go throw key to key, and we're still going to win. We just might just lose a troop now. Oh no, Rope Dart in first slot. That's scary. Oh, he's dead. We just lost. Oh no, good. We didn't lose. He missed. Barely. I'll take that for now. This needs to be an extra turn, or we lose. That's not full mana though. He's 1 mana off. What a fail. He better not die here. Good, he didn't die. That's fine. That was almost a loss. Yeah, there we go. 2 more tiers to go. 2 more battles. Then we'll hand out the shiny code. 25 gem code. The super ultra shiny mega code. That code is worth like 3 codes. We'll go through that for now. Take the other one, grab the screw on everything. Throw a key down. Still need more for that one. Oh, we'll take that. We'll bait a skull. I think it gives us our thing. But then again, him casting actually was beneficial. Both the colors we need a lot. Green and brown. And that should be full mana or not. And it was killed out with key. Here we go. Stream tomorrow or the following day. Because I don't have enough to go do it now. Without wasting more gems, which we're not going to bother doing. Because there's no point in wasting more gems when we don't have to. And should be good to go from there. So I'll go for that. Get a key. Grab that, destroy, and he's dead. And this is why I normally use key, because it ends up getting so much extra loot. As you can see by all the extra gold we keep getting every single time. Plus we get maps, even though they're not really that relevant right now. But there we go. And it still wins at a quick rate. Like, that's not slow at all, obviously. Not the absolute quickest, but it's definitely a decent speed, while also gaining max gold capacity. And while maps are useless, we might not know if they're actually useful in the future. And the current cost of buying maps is 30 glory each. And while their actual value is technically not 30 glory, if we ever do need to mass buy them for something into the future, assuming that they have a 30 glory each value is actually excessively high for a map, because we're getting a map almost every other battle while using key team, which means we're getting almost 15 extra glory per battle. And even though that value isn't currently usable, it might be in the future. Kind of like how souls were useless for the longest time, but now they're actually going to be useful next patch. Same thing might happen with maps, where they're 100% useless right now. However, a future patch might make them very, very viable to have. And it's also one of the reasons why you normally actually do these, is for the glory keys. You end up getting a lot of glory keys for free from doing 1.9k PvP. And you should generally always do it, because it only takes like an hour or so. I just keep doing it later in the week, even though it cycles through really quickly just by spamming key team or anything else at them. But anyways, let me go get the really shiny code. Also, did we gain gold quicker than I thought? Because we're only 40,000 away from 10 million. Actually, almost already there. Anyways, let me go hand out a code. The super shiny ultra code, assuming they even work. Let's see. Where even are the super shiny ultra codes? They're somewhere in this mess. Where are the super shiny ultra codes? I might not even have them anymore. I never did save them in another location. One moment. Unless these were them. Wait, were these them? This might have been them. I don't think these were them, though. We can tell by using the bottommost code here. Were these them? These might have been them. Oh, whatever code this is, it worked. This might have been them. There's one way to find out. What does our mail say? Found them! Found them! Okay, so that is the really ultra shiny code. Super mega ultra shiny code. Let me go get it real quick. This was the right one, right? Should be. There we go. Super mega ultra shiny code. Looks the same as any other code, except it's better. But here you guys go. There's a super ultra shiny code. Same place as always. Just click the link. Use zonegemmsofwar.com, use the game code section, or click that link. Invite codes right over there, or whatever your game says underneath settings. Redeem codes right over there in chat. Just copy paste the random numbers and letters, and give same or a different reward actually, not the same one this time. 500 souls, 5,000 gold. But the most relevant thing, 25 gems. And you could use that for bounty today, or put it towards it. There you guys go. And that's like 1/4 of this thing. That's like 50 cents right there. There you guys go. Relative to that. There you go. Best code we'll ever hand out. Don't expect them too frequently, though. I think that's like the 4th one we handed out since we've accidentally gotten them. There you guys go. We still have like another 20-something of them, too. So it's probably going to take over a year for me to use them over time. Because I don't want to give them out that often. There you guys go. Very shiny loot. Yeah, does anyone else have any other questions? Otherwise, I believe we are going to be wrapping up for now. And that will be our last stream for a while. Which is one of the reasons why we handed that out. We won't be back until around the 27th or the 28th. The night of the 27th or the 28th. At around 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or so. I'll probably have a notification thing up before we do. We'll still have video content up, so it's not like the only thing that... It's not like we won't have any content coming up next few weeks. However, as far as streams, was our last stream for quite some time now. Until, again, the 27th or 28th, so about 2.5 weeks. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. Any other questions? Otherwise, I hope you all have a wonderful few weeks. I hope you all have a wonderful Halloween, though I'll catch you guys before Halloween. We'll even have a Halloween stream on the October 31st. Even have a costume for it this time. Something different. But, yeah, we'll see how all that goes. And, yeah, I'll catch you guys in a few weeks. We'll have some videos up before then, throughout the weeks. And, a bunch of guide videos, a bunch of stuff going over 4.6. Don't forget, 4.6, right around the corner. It's probably next week or the following week. No official date has been given. But the most likely time it is to occur is next Monday or Tuesday or the following Monday or Tuesday. So it is very, very soon, TM, as far as next patch. No official date, though. And, yeah, we'll be covering it some as it comes out. We'll have some pre-recorded videos also mentioning it as well. And we'll go from there. But anyways, guys, hope you all have a wonderful few weeks. And I will catch you guys later. Goodbye, everyone.